Welcome. I'm Natalie Marsh. Real estate is all about relationships, and I'm here to help you navigate the journey. Whether you're a homeowner, buyer, seller, or simply love the topic of real estate, this podcast is for you. In each episode, I'll sit down with a friend and industry expert to bring you valuable insights on everything about homes. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's talk, learn, and grow together. Subscribe now and never miss an episode. Hey, my friends, let me introduce you to Chris Daggett. He is got the best name for his company. Chris, go ahead and tell us what it is.
And Honeybee.electric is an electrical company out of Guilford, New Hampshire. We specialize in residential wiring and commercial wiring. We pride ourselves on lighting design, also any new innovative technology, as well as just day-to-day electrical work, whether it's service or remodels or even just changing out an outlet. So the fun part with Honeybee Electric is that we have a bee farm and all of our customers get honey at the end of the job straight from the farm.
You talked about innovation. You talked about these new technologies. I'm going to fill you in on a secret. So I did a little bit of my own electrical work here, and I have the outlet covers that have the night lights in them, which is something easy to do as a homeowner. But there's so much other great technology that I've seen you use. So can you talk about some of the innovations around both switches and smoke detectors and anything else that somebody might want to be utilizing you for in regard to updating their own home to be more easy to navigate, as well as maintaining, especially around those smoke detectors, on how they should be leveraging this newer tech?
The new technology is just amazing. It just keeps going. So it's endless. I mean, you can do anything now in a home. You could walk into your house and say, "Hey Alexa, turn on the lights," or "Alexa, start charging my phone," per se. You can have all of your outlets and switches integrated together that you can control them through an app, voice control, you name it. A lot of them now are over Wi-Fi, which if you don't want to go the Wi-Fi route, you can always use infrared solutions where it's bouncing frequency from one switch to another. So with that being said, if you have a switch at the bottom of your stairs and you would like to add one at the top of the stairs, turn it on when you go down, shut it off when so you can actually even add a switch now without running, any wires at all.
That's amazing.
Yes. So I could take your standard 120-volt switch. I could swap it out for, let's say, a Lutron switch, and I'll pair that with another one that will mount down at the bottom of the stairs. And they mount to the wall with an actual wall plate cover. So you would never even know it's a wireless switch with no actual power going to it. They do run off of a battery, and you're only pressing it momentarily. The battery itself can last for up to like 15 years. It's just a clock battery. Very easy to change out. So yeah, I mean, if you have an electrician over and he says, "Oh, sure, I can add a switch for you, but we're going to have to run a wire and this and that," you really don't. That's probably just getting upsailed. So yeah, you can add a switch any location whenever you want without ever running a wire.
Is there a limit to how far? I mean, like, I'm sure you can't do it if you've got a 5,000 square foot home. You're not going to go from one end of the house to the other end of the house, or can you?
You can actually.
Really?
So yeah, so the IR switches, the infrared, those are almost like a TV remote. So that signal will travel now with mesh network. So what it's doing is it's actually bouncing, it's actually using other frequencies throughout your home to work its way to find the other switch that it needs to communicate with. So you could have a switch 100 feet away plus, or you could have one on the third floor and you could have one down in the basement. Because now it's not relying on your infrared signal, which is that red light. It's actually just using the frequencies within your home. So it can really use those frequencies to go up to any length, and you can always add extenders or whatever you may need to satisfy how far you actually want to be able to control connect your switches from lengthwise. But the mesh network is very fascinating because now with smoke detectors, at least in New Hampshire, building code does allow for one hardwired smoke detector where it will then communicate with all of the other wireless smoke detectors through a mesh network, which is fabulous. It takes a lot of time and money out of running wires and installing boxes, snaking wires. Especially if your home is already finished. The last thing you want is to have to pay an electrician to be in there for 8 hours making holes, running wires. With a mesh network, it's fairly easy. We have one hardwired smoke detector, and all of the others actually just pair right to it. So you have a master with all of its companions, and they all communicate, and it works great.
What happens if the power goes out?
If the power goes out, it does have built-in batteries. So just like a typical smoke detector, you still would have protection through the battery itself that's built into it.
That's fantastic. Well, Chris, I
Yep.
really appreciate you taking the time today. Thank you so much. This has been super helpful. We will make sure that your contact information is listed below in the comments section. Thanks again, Chris, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Fabulous. Thank you.